Hi, my name is Abisha Parikh and I'm an immigration attorney located in Iselin, New Jersey. Public charge is now in effect, and so I'd like to speak to you guys about the changes that you can now expect that public charge is now going to be affecting all green card cases. If you find this video helpful and informative, please hit the subscribe button and give me a thumbs up below. So, as you probably know, there is a lot happening in immigration law right now, and a lot of people are really terrified because public charge is in effect and you may be really discouraged from applying. But I want to start off by telling you that I still believe that you can get through this if you are smart with the right approach and working with the right people. There is a way, so don't lose heart just because the public charge rule is now going to affect your case. The government has just made it a lot tougher, but I have developed tools to help you and to help my clients to get through this in spite of the public charge rule that we are now all under. So I don't want you guys to lose heart. I want you to stay plugged in and get as much information as you possibly can. So I'm going to talk about the 5 things that you can expect now that the public charge rule is in effect. Under the old system, the way that it worked was your eligibility is based on your family relationship, meaning if you were an immediate relative of a U.S. citizen or a green card holder, the amount of income that the sponsor's affidavit of support was sufficient. If those 2 requirements were met, your application was approved. Under this new system that went into effect in February, the process is a lot more complicated. There are multiple layers of analysis that will help to determine whether the person is going to have a green card or not. The focus of this process is on the entire application. It is no longer just the affidavit of support from your sponsor. It's on the application, the applicant demonstrating that he or she is equipped and able to take care of him or herself. They are employed or will be employed in the future, and they have all the right tools to be successful in America on their own. And so, the government, in order to ask the questions about whether the individual is likely to become a public charge in the future, they're looking at the totality of the circumstances, and they're going to determine, based on all these things about the individual, if the individual is likely to be self-sufficient, take care of him or herself, or that the individual is likely to go to welfare within the next 5 years. The biggest flaw, in my opinion, with this new system is that, as you guys know in life, things happen. Things that you don't predict or expect to happen. A sudden illness can lead to bankruptcy or difficult financial circumstances. And when that occurs, the individual has zero control over the situation. So when those things happen and individuals can go on, obtain medical care or treatment from government or food stamps or whatever the case may be temporarily to get them through that time. It could happen to anyone. And so that, to me, is one of the biggest loss with this analysis. But nevertheless, it is what it is, and so I'm breaking down for you the way you can present your case in the best possible light to USCIS. The first thing you can expect with this new change is that there will be new forms that need to be filled out. The form is called I-944, which is the Declaration of Self-Sufficiency. The Declaration of Self-Sufficiency has to be submitted along with the Adjustment of Status application. That declaration is 18 pages long. I will make another video that goes over the form in detail, so I won't go into it too much right now in this video. I want to introduce it to you and let you know that it's a deep dive into your relative's financial, medical, and educational history. I don't want you to get caught up in the form itself because, to be honest with you, at the end of the day, anyone can fill out a form. That is not what this is about. What's going to make the biggest difference is how you're able to put your packet together and tell the government the core of your story and lead them to conclude that you are not likely to become a public charge in the future. If you're applying for an immigrant petition in your home country, also known as the consular process, the new form that you'll need to fill out is the DS 5540. And that's a State Department form, and you can fill it out during the NVC, the National Visa Center's processing. The second change that you can expect with this new public charge system is that it's not going to be about one thing anymore. Your application is going to go beyond proving just the family relationship and the affidavit of support. The new process gets into the whole totality of your life, of your circumstances, including your age, your health, your medical condition, your income, your assets, your resources, your education, your skills, your family size, and then, of course, your affidavit of support from your sponsor. The third thing that you could expect under this new system is that a lot more evidence will need to be gathered with your application. You'll have to submit more evidence. Evidence about the applicant's credit history score, financial records, medical records, education records, and all sorts of records are now being required with the green card filing process. The fourth thing that you can expect is that the number of denials will go up. With this new public charge rule, there's a lot more room for officer discretion. While one officer may believe that your relative may become a public charge, another may not be convinced. Additionally, the time frame for each officer that they get to review your application is relatively small, and now the application is even large in content, so the likelihood of a USCIS error also goes up. The fifth and final thing you can expect to change is attorney fees. With this new public charge rule, the amount of time spent on compiling the application has gone up. Do not be surprised if your attorney has charged their fees to include the additional hours of work that will be needed with this green card process now. So guys, this was my intro into the public charge rule. I will be doing an entire series on this and uploading more videos to help you better understand this process. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please give it a thumbs up and hit subscribe. Thanks.